Hello, good morning. Do we have civilized war? Well, we have a war, we have a civilian war, but I never heard of civilized war. Yeah, it's civilized. The question is, the word civilized, we don't officialize it. We hide it. We live with this feeling. When we win, we are happy. It doesn't matter. I am happy, you know what I'm saying? It's a part of my civilization. It's a part of my life. When I say I win, therefore I'm one-sided. I have a pole, my pole, the one I lean on. It is victorious. The other one is a loser, of course. In the modern life, it's been always like this, but in a modern life, it's always camouflaged. In ancient time, the civilized wars, there were gladiatorial arenas. You know, one person is a gladiator, is representing a tribe, another one gladiator representing a tribe, they fight. You know, it's always physical force. The Arabs, before Islam, anti-Islam, they had, because they were known by poetry, they have a place where they meet. It is called the souk or bazaar, you know, or market of Akkar. It's well known, souk Akkar. So they come, each one comes with his poetry to defy the mentality of who is better, defying the other one. It's not just, to glorify your own tribe. You have to devaluate the other as well. So it's gladiatorial, gladiators with words, offensive words. In modern life, governments, you have governments. Most of the time they are puppets. They have no clue what's going on. They just execute. But those behind, they have this strategy about Olympic Games. It's been existing even during the Romans, by the way. Let them fight. Let them do this. These Olympic Games, football match in a soccer like this, elsewhere is another match, basketballs, whatever, but it's always today is a soccer, football. It's not the American football, it's this. You should see it. This is another type of war. The war, we have weapons. People injured physically. We see the blood. We transport them to the hospital. In this war, we don't see the blood. And we don't see the injuries. And he transports himself to the hospital. We don't transport him. He goes himself to see the psychologist. What do we need? What do we mean by when we go to these gladiatorial arena? Call it whatever you want. Olympic Games, football match, stadium. I have one pole, of course. And I don't like the other one. Not necessarily because I hate him, but I pray to God and I pray in front of God and a nation that I wish he will be loser, of course. I leave this aside for 2 seconds and come back to it. What does it mean, the alternative? When we speak about certain things, they are always the alternative. You are criticizing something. You are having an like an analysis. You are showing something is a disaster. Or what is the alternative? Always people, when they think about the alternative, they think about another organization. They think about another regime. They think about name. They think about a visible, apparent. They think about the alternative. It's not collective, and it's not an organization, and it's not an institution, and they're not sensitizing to do and to do. The alternative is individual. It's a treasure hidden if you want to live it. The population is 1 million to 20 million people. They are all there. The alternative is yours. So these words are for the individual who wants to withdraw himself from these so-called social strata. To think, I can't think, I have to follow the crowd. I don't feel confident when I take a decision by myself. Getting back to the topic. I like happiness, and I don't like sadness. Yet, I mortgage my heart in a hand or in a fluctuation where sadness, happiness is controlled by someone else. Do you understand? In my intention when I went there on TV or in a stadium or wherever, I'm a winner. I am anticipating happiness. If there is a loss, this happiness will be a free fall. Do you know that loss? It's not there. It's in my heart. So the fluctuation between happiness and sadness, it's measured by someone else and controlled, teleguided by someone else. As I said earlier, regimes behind the regimes is not the regimes that you see, those who sit around and decide and talk. Now supposedly these are all puppets everywhere in the world, with exception of one too. Even though if he's not a puppet, he doesn't go that deep or to touch something like this because the population likes to live like that. Some of them are smart, talking in a government level. They are smart, they know about these things. They tell you, you stop population from living this life. Are you kidding me? They're going to overthrow the regime in 24 hours. Let them live. People, they like to live that way. They like to have their mind, their heart mortgages in someone else's hand. Just good luck to you. Getting back to see happiness, sadness. Where does happiness reside? Happiness, it resides neither nor. Extreme happiness, extreme sadness. If you are too much happy, extreme happiness, it will itself shift you to the side or the pole of sadness. Here, when it is in the hand of someone else, there is no effort, there is no muscle contracted to develop. Talking about muscles here. By someone else. It becomes loose, floppy. The force that abstain from going to the extreme happiness, to going to that fake happiness, is itself developing the serenity. The one-sided human being's egoism created it. The polarity human being created it. Like they say in Buddhism, Hinduism, Taoism, they mention duality a lot. They say, just an example, let's not just stick here. An example, they say, if you describe and you verbalize beauty, by the time you verbalize the beauty, you have yourself created ugliness. They are right. Well, it's not they are right or they are not. I'm not on such a level to judge them. Just I'm saying, you can always admire something. You like it because of my egoism. It doesn't mean I have to devaluate someone else. I have to put you down. The war, civilized war of these Olympic games, you find the human being with an extreme happiness that doesn't belong to him. And an extreme sadness that is facing himself this free fall. What's going on in the world? As I said, talking to individuals. Football, forget it. I'm talking about soccer. You should see people what they do. what they write on the walls, how their happiness, how their big happiness is leaning an inclination on what? On crunches. I abandoned my legs that are supporting my existence inside my mind, and I'm creating crunches. What will happen later on? If you sit on a wheelchair, if you have ever seen someone, those handicapped people, they feel ashamed to show their legs because it's the, what do you call it? It's just the bone, skin on the bone. It doesn't exercise. They don't make any effort, they can't. A human being is abandoning himself. He's leaning on those crunches to create crunches, not to uncountable. Look at how human being is going to some story, a biblical story. When Moses, peace be upon him, suggested the day of the contest, he knew about that. That's why he said the festival. He knew when people glorify Pharaoh. When people were going, if you interviewed, they were interviewing them, interviewing the divine book in the Quran. Yeah, say, hey, why are you going? Why? He said, we will follow the magicians if they were the winners. لعلنا نتبع السحرة إن كانوا هم الغالبين. Are you going after the logic? After loyalty? Or are you going just, no. It's our platform. We lean on it. We live with the magicians. We live on that regime. It has to be a winner no matter what. Democracy. Thank you for watching, and I see you soon.